Paul Bunyan. Tony.
No one knows for sure where Paul Bunyan was born. Some folks say Maine, and others say Minnesota. But one thing everybody knows for sure, Paul Bunyan was big. They say that at birth, Paul weighed about
100
pounds. For breakfast,
alone
he ate 5,000 eggs, and that wasn't all. He also ate 70
buckets
of oatmeal and 10 sacks of potatoes. He washed them all down with 15 gallons of milk. People say that when Paul rocked, his cradle is caused an earthquake, so Paul's parents let his cradle float just off the shore. But when Paul rocked on the water there was still a problem. Waves crashed down on entire towns. The only place for someone Paul's size was in the untamed wilderness. When he got old enough, that's just where Paul went to live. He taught himself to hunt and fish. He learned everything there was to learn about living in the woods. Even so, one frightful winter caught Paul by surprise. One day, blue snowflakes began to fall. Soon the ground as far as Paul could see was covered with a blanket of blue snow.
Stop. When you see a period, you must stop. Then start.
The trees looked as if they had been dipped in blue powder. Paul stood looking at the trees. He couldn't believe how beautiful they were. Just then he noticed something sticking out of a blue snowdrift. It was a tail. When Paul pulled on the tail, out came a big baby ox. That poor baby ox was just about frozen. He had turned blue, just like the snow. Paul scooped up the ox and carried him home. He sat him down gently in front of the fire. Finally, they both fell asleep. When the morning sun began to shine, the ox nuzzled Paul awake. Paul laughed so hard that it shook the earth. "Babe," he said, "you and I are going to be fine friends." And so they were from that day on. Paul and Babe went everywhere together.
Keep going.
Babe grew like a weed, like his pal Bunyan. Babe was just enormous. Almost anyone could tell you that he was 42
axe handles
high. No one could even guess how much he weighed.
So
Paul and Babe
tramped
through the world together. Back then, the forests were as thick as the
bristles
on a toothbrush. Everywhere you looked stood big, tall trees. Why, you could tip your head all the way back and still not see any sky. Of course, it would have been nice to let the forest stand forever, but America was as
busy as bees.
In the springtime.
Pioneers
were
building
houses and
barns
and
churches
and
Go again. Pioneers were building houses and barns and churches and wagons. One more time.
Pioneers were building
houses and barns and churches and wagons. One more time. Say churches. Say houses. All right, pioneers. Go.
Pioneers were
building
houses and barns and churches and wagons. They needed wood to build all that, and no telling that
what
else. So Paul Bunyan invented logging. He asked Babe to stand back. He gave his axe a mighty swing. Timber Paul called. 10 pines fell to the ground just from that one swing. Paul swung a few more times. He loaded all the trees on Babe's back. Let's haul this over to the river, Paul said. Then we'll send them down to the sawmill. When they got to the river, Paul called that it was too crooked, or
our logs
will get jammed on the curb. Paul told Babe, "We need to fix that. So Paul tied one end of a rope to Bab's
harness.
He tied the other end around the river. Now Bab. Paul
Shouted.
Paul with all your might. In no time at all, Bab had that river straightened out.
For a while,
Paul and Bab walked on their own. Then Paul decided to start a logging camp. He said his loggers all had to be more than 10 feet tall. With that kind of rule,
he could
find only about 1,000 men. The old-time loggers who worked for Paul Bunyan will tell you all about it. They say the camp was big. In fact, they claim it was so big that they needed maps to find their way around. Paul and Bab dug a few ponds for drinking water for the camp. Nowadays we call those ponds the Great Lakes.
Of course.
Of course, the camp had a cookhouse and a great cook.
Sourdough Sam.
One
more time. Sourdough Sam.
To feed all those hungry loggers. He'd whip up big batches of stew. You might hear told that he made a mean fried chicken too, but without a doubt,
Sam's sourdough
pancakes were the best of all.
Every morning,
Sam had the kitchen
strap bacon
to their
boots.
Then they
skated around a griddle the size of an ice skating rink. Then the griddle was all greased up. Sam poured the batter and flipped the flapjacks. By all accounts, it was a well-run camp. Paul hired a bookkeeper, Johnny Inkslinger. One more time. Johnny Inkslinger. Slinger. Look at me. Slinger. Slinger. Look at me. Slinger. Good. Ink slinger. Perfect. To keep
track of this, Johnny did the payroll. He also paid the food bills. Think of all the writings Johnny had to do. He thought that he was using too much ink. He tried not dotting his eyes or crossing his teeth. That saved about 500 barrels of ink. And even so, he had to use a pen connected to an inlet.
So things went
along pretty
smoothly for a while.
Then came the year of 2 winters. People called it that because it was so cold.
Shot Gunderson,
the camp foreman, had all kinds of problems. He rode in 2 tall things over with Paul. Boss George said to Paul, "It's so cold that the man's feet are about to freeze right off. What can we do about that?" Paul was pretty handy with tricky problems. Just told the man to let the whiskers grow. He said, "When their beard gets long enough, they can stuff them into their boots.
That'll
keep their feet warm." And so it did. Then Shot said, "Boss, when I give orders to the loggers,
all my words freeze.
They just hang in the air like icicles." Paul laughed on that one for a minute. "I'll ask Bear to help you. He'll
hold
your word to one place. They'll thaw in the spring and everybody can hear them then." That word, too. It did cause a little bit of confusion, though. Sometimes words were
thaw, T-H-A-W,
at the same time. It seemed as if Short was yelling timber and chow time all at once. After all the trouble that hard winter, Paul was ready for a change. He decided to take the logging camp out on the road. Bear was ready to pull everything along, but Paul went to check some things first. Paul knew that the forests were precious. So he made sure there were a few trees left standing. Also, he replaced each tree the youngest cut with a new seedling. Port
Crew.
crew lock
North Dakota.
North Dakota,
South
South Dakota,
Washington.
Oregon, and all points in between. Paul even
started
out for
Arizona
at one point. He began dragging his axe and didn't
notice.
You'll
notice
though that's all is
that area
is now called the
Grand Canyon.
You may be wondering that
What
became of Paul Bunyan and Bear. Some say that they are in
Alaska.
Some
say the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Circle.
You never know. Keep your eyes open, and someday you just might run into that grass lumberjack and his big blue axe.